Mercury stationing retrograde in Pisces. Let's talk about it. So Mercury is not very comfortable in Pisces. And the reason for that is Mercury's approach to life is like a scientist, right? He likes to set up an experiment. Like, he comes up with a hypothesis, sets up the experiment, runs it, and then calculates his findings and then moves on to the next one. So he has like this he loves the charts and the graphs and the math and the numbers, and relies on tangible, calculable outcomes. And in Pisces, that's not the name of the game. It's very difficult to find like a calculable outcome, because Pisces is about the subjectivity of the emotions and swimming in the emotion ocean. And so with Mercury in Pisces and going retrograde in Pisces, I think there's a reevaluation of the subjectivity of our experience versus someone else's and multiple people's. We may find it difficult to translate our thoughts into words, and our mind might kind of feel like a jumbled mess right now. And we might feel like we have a lot to say, but it's just really hard to say it. We can't quite find the words. We can't quite articulate ourselves. We can't quite formulate our sentences. And so it's just, talking seems like hard. So being a very mercurial and Piscean person myself, I thought I could maybe offer some advice. Since it might be hard to, especially right now, hard to speak in words, speak through art. Whether that be dance or music or poetry or any kind of interpretive art that we enjoy doing, use that as a medium for communication. And that's not gonna, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make something. Just do the thing and make something that means something to you. Find a way to be practically idealistic is another one that I like. Kind of self-explanatory, I think, but Pisces is very much so about like the dreams and the visions and the hopes and the faith, and that is fine and lovely and beautiful. And finding a way to ground that and bring that here into the physical realm can be a bit of a challenge. I'm telling on myself as a Pisces rising, again. So finding a way to take actionable steps to ground our idealism and help it enrich our lives instead of just reading about it or just hoping about it or dreaming about it. That's another great way to work with Mercury and Pisces, I think. And also remembering that Mercury is about like the back and forth in the exchange, right? And the debate. And in debates, there are usually winners, right? But with Pisces just kind of takes information in and is like, that is information. I will log that away into my internal experience. So with that, just really lean into the fact that multiple things can be true at once, and there's not one thing that is true over everything else. That's the nuance that I'm talking about. Learning to have an anchor in the emotion ocean. I think like uniting logic and intuition is very big here during this time. And because Pisces is about like the mysticism and the emotions and the inner experiences. Jupiter is about quests, and in Jupiter's water temple, I feel like it's about inner quests. So dive into yourself, dive into the inner teachings of something. I like to dive into the inner teachings of religions and philosophies, um, Taoism. Um, I feel like Taoism could enrich many people's lives. I I love it as a philosophy. It has enriched my life, so I feel like Taoism is very Piscean. So maybe look into that. It very much is about the nuance of subjectivity, and the emotional experience. Um, and to really dive in and take the inner quest, you might have to go a little crazy and stop talking so much out here and putting words out here and start talking in here and look at the inner dialogue. Um, use images to talk to yourself. The tarot is a wonderful medium to cut through the logical mind and tap into the subconscious, excuse me, words. uh, what else? Yeah, you have to dive in, and you might have to go a little crazy to tap into your subconscious waters. It might make you feel a little bit crazy, but remember that Carl Jung said that the mystic swims in the same waters in which the psychotic drowns. So it's okay. Like, embrace that not knowing, embrace the non intangible, incalculable outcomes. Um, take everything about your experience and swim with it on the inside of yourself, in the inside of yourself, and find that internal balance. Reduce it down to the one thing, which I think is love. Pisces is very much about love and romance. And yeah, do art, stop talking so much, go on an inner quest. Happy Mercury retrograde in Pisces.